Now to the Gregologue. It's a Slurpee of sense and a 7-Eleven of confusion. Gregologue. So Dr. Laura is quitting radio. Oh, stop it. Now I have to start over. All right, let's go again. So Dr. Laura is quitting radio in order to regain her First Amendment rights. This after using the N-word repeatedly while arguing with a black woman on her show. The doc apologized, but now says she's going. Now, I don't get this. How can someone who made millions speaking her mind now say she's quitting so she can speak her mind? Bottom line, you can't get a better gig for exercising your freedom of speech than getting a fat check every time you exercise it. For me, it's like getting paid to shop for unicorn figurines. So this is kind of stupid. But I will say this, she's getting heat for doing what others do who suffer no consequences. Take Louis C.K., the brilliant comedian. He starts a cable special with a bit in which he says the N-word a lot. Now, maybe he ran it by Chris Rock first, or made sure the audience wasn't the kind that would kill him. Anyway, he gets a pass because he's a comic and he's funnier than crap. Now, Laura has none of that good faith, mainly because she's a conservative who rails against the touchy-feely culture that created so many spineless men and messed up women. For that, she's been more right than wrong. She has, Juliet. But when she's wrong, boy, is she ever, this current mess is an example. Finally, this whole thing reminds me of the mosque. In both cases, people are yakking about constitutionality instead of common sense. Common sense tells you that using the N-word, even in some sort of context, is thoughtless. Common sense also tells you building a mosque near Ground Zero is thoughtless too. And so there you have it. I was able to link the Dr. Laura flap to the mosque. For that, I should get tomorrow off to exercise my right to lounge in my underwear. And if you disagree with me, you're a racist homophobe who stole my woodland creature chess set. I know who you are, Ryan. Hold your applause until the end of the show, please.
Wow.
Because it just cuts out valuable time of the show. Angela.
Yes.
I know, at least from knowing you, that you share a lot of common ground with Dr. Laura, as do, I mean, I actually enjoy her show because she has, no, we got to talk about this because, but you're black, so where do you?
No. Oh my God.
So what do you make it, I mean, I want to know what you think about this.
First of all, didn't Dr. Laura get the memo that the NAACP buried the N-word? I guess she didn't get that memo.
Yeah.
But you know what, with everything, Greg, that's going on in the black community, I mean, rampant drug abuse, you know, 8 out of 10 males will probably end up in jail. 8 out of 10 black kids are born out of wedlock. There are more important things that we should focus on. But to get back to Dr. Laura, the question that the lady asked, she's in an interracial marriage.
Right.
Okay?
Yes.
And they have a neighbor that would come over. She's black, her husband's white. A neighbor would come over and ask black questions.
Right. Yeah.
And so she was saying, in essence, you know, what can I do? Dr. Laura started throwing out the N-word. That has nothing to do with that.
She was saying,
That's so Raven.
Yeah. So Raven. You know what she was doing? She was. It's kind of a thing that white people do when they want to use the N-word. They say. She was saying on HBO. All they do is say
the N-word.
Yeah.
And so it had one had nothing to do with the other. I think that she lost her mind, first of all, in saying what she said, and she wanted to say the N-word, but to use it 11 times?
Yeah, I know.
And one time she did it 5 times in a row.
I was burying.
They say N.
I was burying my head because I was like going, because I have to say, Juliet, I know you hate her, but the reason why I always like the only reason why I like Dr. Laura is because she was so refreshing in a world where it was, if it feels good, do it.
Exactly.
That's the last 30 years of the world. If it feels good, do it. When she would do her show, she would yell at everybody, regardless of color, stop doing things.
I didn't think she made any sense when she was giving women advice, and a lot of times I listened to her 15 years ago when I was living out in Los Angeles, and I'd be like wanting to pull my steering wheel out and throw it across the highway. It's this tough love kind of contrived behavior. And
How
I never
tough
liked
love
it.
Contrived, though? I thought that it was common sense.
You know what? I like her, and I still respect her. I really think that she lost her mind. I think it was on the tip of her tongue to say the N-word. She just saw an excuse to say the N-word.
If I may, let's go back to this whole. Let's go back to this whole "if it feels good, do it" thing.
Yeah.
The N-word felt good to her, and she did it, and she did it. And
that's why I'm saying it was a horrible mistake.
I gotta say though, this is a mistake the Republican Party makes a lot, and Sarah Palin did it with this very topic. Don't talk about how great she is. Just condemn it and then stop.
No, but
you want your cake and
but you will never condemn a liberal who does it. That's the funny part.
No, that's the thing. With Louis C.K., you had another part of wanting your cake and eating it too. Louis C.K. is brilliant, so at least you have the cool quotient. But Michael Richards is no Republican, and his career is done.
But that was
it's on a
super
case
meltdown.
by case.
But
Super meltdown.
If Dr. Laura had talked to Chris Rock first, then maybe we can give her a gimme.
No,
But she did.
Speak about this. Chris Rock did in his special. He did at least 10 minutes on it, saying, "Can anyone say the N-word?" And what he said is not really. Like that was the
It's a
conclusion.
double standard.
But it's a double-
If I'm talking to another black person, I can say, "What's up, Ma?" You know. But
Do
if
you do
you
that?
try to, no, no, because see, I don't consider blacks just the end. I consider if you're a bad person, anybody can be.
By the way, I think that if whites complain that only blacks can say it to each other, it's a small complaint. Move on. I mean, I can lose a word in my life. There are plenty of other words that begin with N that I like Nancy.
Ooh,
I like that word.
She likes to be edgy. She thought she was being edgy.
I think she lost. I think she lost.
I don't think she.
I got it wrong.
more than
her
my
advice
favorite
is
rap
useless to
video.
me.
I can't believe
I know.
she did that.
She could be in hip hop. All right, coming up. What are the 4 simple steps for turning a human head into a bowling ball? Amy Schumer shows us how. But first, I like that. Are cougars a made-up thing that is made up? That question will make more sense if you are high on cough syrup like me. So I'll wait.
Call now to discover the Sleep Number bed. Don't just change your bed.
Change your life.
So, should you deride an idealistic child who thinks a tree can lead to harmony? Just ask Jonathan Lee from Mississippi. Anyway, he's a 13-year-old bratty who wants to establish a children's peace forest in North Korea. Is demilitarized zone. I gotta stop this. The reason to give hope to the people and children of the world. You make me sick. Well, the tween of peace, as they're calling him. I thought I was the tween of peace. Recently traveled to the secretive country with his parents for a week-long peace mission, but sadly the trip wasn't a success because of war and stuff. No fair war. However, North Korean officials were interested in his woodsy wonderland.
They seemed pretty impressed with my idea, but I said that first you would have to sign a peace treaty or between North Korea and America because they're still at war with each other officially. Yes, and then you could plant a children's peace forest after the peace treaty, but right now you can't do it.
For more, we go to Red Eye's international correspondent, Sad Birthday Cat, SBC. All he really wanted was peace. A piece of fish.
You look like Wilford Brimley.
Yes, he did. Amy, children's peace forest, admirable or annoying?
Totally annoying. I want to cheat off this kid. But I like his motto. He said above conflict, above borders, above ideology. I would just add in for each of us below each other.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah.
That is really
what?
beautiful.
Speaking of below, there's a biblical term, a child shall lead, and great things come from Mississippi. And little Jonathan, just like me, he's from Mississippi, and I'm very proud of him.
Oh.
I mean, he really believes in peace. He really believes that trees
He also believes in Santa Claus.
will make it happen.
Oh, stop.
He's an
He is the
innocent
Santa-
adult.
Yes.
And Carl at 13 from Mississippi, he still does.
Good point,
Yes.
Bill. Do you think for Christmas he asked for peace? No, he asked for a bicycle.
Yeah,
You didn't ask for. If he really cares about
you guys
peace,
are rough.
give me peace for Christmas, Mom and Dad. Quiet. No way. Juliet, shouldn't the parents, instead of trotting him around the globe, get this kid involved in sports?
How could they let him go to the North Korea? This is it's like bringing your kid into Iran.
Or Bill's apartment.
Or Bill's
Korea.
apartment,
Yes.
exactly. I didn't say
Both
you
have
did.
landmines.
No, I think the parents are I think it's a little strange. You never know what's going to happen in these places.
Yeah.
I mean, North Korea is,
I
that
think this
Kim
kid
Jong-il is woo.
Wait, I'm gonna rip into shreds in a minute, Angela, but I want to get to Bill first. Couldn't this be worse for peace? If an annoying punk comes to your town and starts preaching to you, don't you want to blow his place up?
Oh, absolutely. But they rarely have places. They're always homeless.
Yeah.
The idea of the force for peace is coming from someone that's never been in a forest. There's nothing peaceful about them.
Well,
They're
he's
full
from
of
Mississippi.
poison
What are you
oak.
talking
He's
about?
never been to the rambles.
Mississippi is the reforest capital of the world. We have over 150 types of trees.
See, you've gotten rid of the rabid raccoons and the hiding,
It's true that
abortion clinic
Forests are warlike areas. I hang out with a lot of woodland creatures. They come to my place for solace. They're sad. Here's my theory on this, Angela, and I know you're going to disagree with me.
Yes.
This defines pacifism. It's a childish idea. Adults know better. All pacifists are like stupid kids. The advice I give to the parents, don't indulge this pablum. Get them into sports. Get them to read some books on war so he understands life is not like this. You don't fly to some country, to some killers, and tell them you're going to save their butts.
But Greg, you know what? You know what? It could be our future hope. He could be our future leader.
Ugh.
And everybody loves a tree.
He's good. That's true. Some love trees too much.
I don't really
Have you ever actually read The Living Tree? He destroys it. There's nothing left at the end. That kid destroys the tree.
Spoiler alert.
Yes.
Yeah, jeez.
No, I have a feeling when this kid grows up, he's going to be the most annoying individual on the planet. No one's going to talk to him because he's going to be one of those do-gooders.
You know all
who
about
never
this,
bathes.
don't you?
Totally unnecessary, Juliet. Totally unnecessary. Don't want to be hard on the kid. I think he's a prop used by his parents. I really feel that way.
I think the parents are broadening his horizon and letting him get out there. He's going to be a future leader.
Let him go to hedonism in Jamaica.
His horizons will really be broadened when he steps on a landmine.
Yeah, all right.
A lot goes on in the forest there.
Terrible. Up next, how do you prepare the perfect border collie for that weekend barbecue? Juliet Huddy on her favorite summertime recipes.
It's not true.
What are the airlines doing now? By the tone of my voice, you can bet it's something not entirely to your liking, i.e., it's bad. Is the trend of the cougar about as real as Freddy Krueger? Hope not. Well, an Australian study, I didn't know they did things in Australia, of 22,300 singles listed on worldwide dating sites found a, quote, consistent cross-cultural preference by women for at least same age or significantly older men, i.e. the opposite. And despite a slew of movies, media outlets, and bragging frat dudes who argue otherwise, lead researcher Michael Dunn maintains the numbers ain't lying, saying, quote again, yes, I do believe the cougar phenomenon is a myth, and yes, it is a media construct, and is in no way reflective of the desires evident in the general population. Wow. You know what? That sounds like something a smart man once said 7 or 8 months ago. Now, to me, this whole cougar thing is a fabricated farce. My guess, it began as a media trend invented by female reporters as a way to comp their drinks. They could go out to bars, get picked up by dudes, and then write it all off as a business expense. And so it became a phony trend, just like push presents for pregnant women, key parties for swingers, bird flu for alarmists, and global warming for jackasses. That guy could stand to lose a few pounds.
You look like a supermodel.
Oh, wait, he did. Anyway, that's the reason why I ran that. See you guys later.
Bye, good job. I'll leave it.
Look, he's forcing himself to vomit. I told you.
All of this begs the question, when it comes to mama grizzlies and sexually insatiable cougars, who'd win in a fight?
Dr.
The
Laura.
cougar.
Clearly, there are no winners in that battle of whatever that was there. Hey, Amy, didn't you always kind of think this was a myth created by sad older editors at women's magazines who suddenly realized they didn't have any dates and said, well, you know what? Maybe I'm attracted to younger guys who are drunk?
I had trouble following that because it was really long. But hey, I'm going to be one of those old, angry editors in like 5 years. I just think, I believe that there might not be that much longevity, you know. We all saw Stella got her groove back.
Yes.
But I think, I know most of the women I know at least go through a phase. I'm in that phase right now. I found out recently, I was already seeing this guy, I found out he was younger.
Yeah.
And I was like, too late, you know. I mean, we haven't really done anything. We didn't have a condom and he wouldn't.
Oh my God. What are you talking about?
What?
You are truly a family values role model
She's
for
discussing
our time.
Angela.
Greg, why is is this so hard to believe? Men have been doing this for years. My daddy was 24 years older than my mom. My husband's 22 years older than me. Why is it so hard to believe that women can do this?
Because according to studies, men favor younger women, which validates what you're talking about. But the studies don't validate the opposite. You don't see younger men running for older women unless they're filthy, filthy rich.
Or they're absolutely beautiful. And look, I mean, an older woman getting a young buck can make her feel young. I can see it.
All right, one exception. For 2 years, Bill was dating Angela Lansbury. Remember